Hey everybody, Sean here, and I hope you're doing well. In a comment on false prophet Sadhu, this person says, "Mate, read Gospel in the Stars by E.W. Bullinger. The Zodiac isn't astrology. It's actually the story of Jesus. Most biblical scholars know this. God put the stars there, not Satan." I was curious about that, so I did some research. The book's actually called The Witness of the Stars. The Gospel of the Stars was written by Joseph Seiss. And from what I studied, no, most scholars don't believe the Zodiac is the story of Jesus. I found one article that debunks both these books, and the writer makes some great points. Number one, if this stuff was such an important doctrine as stated by Seiss, then it would be clearly taught in Scripture, but nowhere are we told the meanings of various star patterns. Number two, when prophets like Isaiah foretold of Jesus' virgin birth, and Matthew spoke of the fulfillment of this prophecy, neither of them mentioned anything about signs in the skies when they had that opportunity. And he goes on to give some other similar examples. He gets very deep into the history and sources of this information, and I'll leave a link to this article below if you're interested in reading more. But his conclusion on this Gospel in the Stars theory is, number one, it's being based entirely upon conjecture and presented as a feasibility, but with no real evidence. Secondly, it contains many factual errors. Third, that it's extra-biblical in that it presents a doctrine that is nowhere taught in Scripture. And fourth, that it's not relevant because we have the Bible, which is God's completed revelation. He goes on to explain that most importantly, these books go from being extra-biblical to unbiblical. The Egyptians and Greeks used the zodiac to measure the beginning of spring, and some have written theories that perhaps the constellation Leo could be seen as a celestial depiction of the line of the tribe of Judah, or that Virgo could be a reminder of the virgin birth of Christ. Yet the Bible doesn't tell of any hidden meanings for these constellations. The words zodiac and astrology are not in the Bible, but astrology can be defined as the study of the movements and relative positions of celestial bodies interpreted as having an influence on human affairs and the natural world. Most biblical scholars would consider this a form of divination as explained in Deuteronomy 18. What we do know is that the heavenlies always point back to how amazing God is. Psalm 19 reads, "The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands." Psalm 8 reads, "When I observe your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars, which you set in place." Job 26, "By his spirit he has garnished the heavens." Job 9, "Who makes the bear, Orion, and the Pleiades, and the chambers of the south?" Now, Genesis 1:14 does tell us that the stars can be used to mark seasons, days, and years, but this doesn't support using the zodiac. Isaiah 47 tells us that God condemns astrologers, and Daniel 4 puts astrologers in the same class as magicians, Chaldeans, and soothsayers. So no, the zodiac is not biblical, and to believe that all people born in a certain time span can read a daily horoscope and have it be true for all of them is beyond ridiculous. But hey, maybe you have your own thoughts. And if so, please leave those in the comments below, and until next time, take care and God bless.